Hello, wonderful humans of Earth. I'm in a fantastic mood. Why? I don't know, man. Everything is just good. Weather's good. I had some chocolate cake like a couple hours ago. I saw my best friend a couple hours ago. We ate chocolate cake together. Like, stuff is good. I bought clay to start making little dolls and stuff. Look, I made this little guy. He has a facey. It's kind of like a Lego face. I don't know, man. Stuff. If life is good, that's enough for me. Oh, and I get to watch this and then share it with you guys, which is just amazing. One of my favorite things. I freaking love it. XFM with a very colorful, dorky M, which is me. And I also wanted to ask, I don't know what's up with the white dove, because the white doves to me, like, they signify death. So did someone die? Did I die? Like, what happened? I don't know what that means. Maybe I'll figure it out later, or I'm supposed to ask, or has something to do with the episode. I don't know. Hopefully, no one's gone. Hopefully, we're all here. Anyway, Series 2, Episode 10. It is now officially the Carl Pilkington Show. I am freaking loving it. Once again, and as always, thank you to Rusty Dog for these. They're amazing. I love that you use my colors, too. I don't know why those colors make me happy. It's like the sunset colors. Anyway, good mood. Let's do this. I'm out. No, I'm not out. I'm not leaving. I'm out of words to say for the intro. I feel like that was enough. So let's do this.
Dubs. Caught by the River on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve.
Your Photoshop skills are superb. Is that how you say that? Superb. I don't know. They're amazing. They're immaculate. There you go. That's awesome stuff. They're wearing those shirts. That is so freaking cool. All right, we're done. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited.
Merchant 4.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington, doing the button stuff. Actually becoming a little bit of a producer.
Carl,
He's
yeah.
a
little
work,
bit.
hasn't he? He's come up with a few games, and we made him. He's getting a bit stressed when we shout at him because the mics don't work or it's hanging off. It was too hot in here. He couldn't get the thing working last week. I
What's
mean,
the thing?
I really would throw this studio away and get a real one.
Yeah. Well, I'd get one of those ones you can buy for like tenner from Argos.
Argos, yeah, like Bon Tempe. My first studio.
My first
Sure.
The little
broadcasting
picture
studio.
of Carl on it. Yeah.
Exactly. That'd be great product placement.
What have you got this week for us, Carl? Because again, we put very. I said I would.
I'm sorry, but since you changed the shirts and I'm totally looking at it, I've just realized, is Stephen Merchant always standing like that? He's in such a weird, like, position. His posture is bizarre. And I think he's kind of crouching to, like, be more at level with the other guy, especially Ricky. Because he's so much taller. But I can just imagine, like, the rest of the picture, and I can imagine his knees, like, crossing like that. Like, you know, when in cartoons, when they cross their knees, like, they have to pee or whatever, or the famous Disney knees when they sing, just all intense. I can imagine him like that for some reason. And I've never noticed before. Okay, I'm done.
What have you got this week for us, Carl? Because again, we put very. I said I would put. I'm not hungover, but I've put
Finally.
nothing into
Rick, have you done any work for this week's show?
No.
None whatsoever? No.
Okay, Carl, what have you got? What have you got? Quick. Keep them. It's 5 past. They're turning over already. They're finding other things.
Carl, what have you come up with?
There's
Well, I'm
melon
not-
stew. There's
Well,
everything.
I'm
Go
so
on.
excited
We've
to be
got,
here.
after the success of last week, Rockbusters.
Okay.
We're doing that again.
Awesome.
Sorry, were you on the same show as us?
It was
went all
awesome.
right last
Shut up,
week.
guys.
okay.
Good.
Right, so we'll be doing that. Got some nice prizes, which...
Oh, what prize? What arbitrary films have you got? Have you got?
Don't tell them yet. Don't tell
No,
them.
I'll tell you what. If it's Children of the Corn 2, then can I enter this competition?
There you go.
No.
What is that?
He's got some different prizes. Maybe I should just tease the audience with those a bit later, Rick, because there's some exciting stuff there.
That's going to be amazing. Yeah.
Right, so
I don't
it's-
want to give too much away, Rick, but one of them is a copy of The Office on DVD.
Is anything like maybe Burt Reynolds' straight-to-video film? Are there any of those in
Sadly,
there?
nothing quite as classy.
Fist.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh,
so
go
we've got that lot to give away.
Yeah.
We've
yeah.
got
on. Hurry up, quick.
educating Ricky. Well,
Yeah,
that's teacher stuff.
because you taught me that people used to eat tomatoes off lead plates in the land of Narnia last week,
that's
which was
what we learned
good.
last week.
Yeah.
No, what
It's
was-
only tomatoes they eat off the lead plates, by the way. Why didn't they think other fruits and vegetables were poisonous?
No, it wasn't. It was because tomatoes had acid in them. That was the problem. You see, you don't listen, right?
Well, lots of fruits have acid in them.
Yeah, but they didn't eat them back then. they didn't have bloody kiwi fruit and stuff.
Don't
did they,
say
back then?
bloody. You're a producer. You'll start saying shit and cock and stuff. You start saying bloody.
Tits.
Play the
hang on, right, and...
Go on, play
keep him hooked, right?
Yeah.
We've still got
I'm hooked.
a song with a story in it.
Yeah. You don't want to
Oh,
play
I forgot
Babushka,
about
do you?
that.
He doesn't like the idea of Babushka. I told him that was a story.
Yeah.
And, he doesn't like it. Devil went down to Georgia. Someone sent in. You know, he's looking for a soul to steal.
Yeah.
Doesn't like it. Won't you like that?
Do you know the song?
Not particularly.
Right, it's a song about a lad who goes into a pub on a normal night, and
it's in, sort of the deep south of America,
Yeah.
New Orleans, something like that. It's, you know, it's not the old Kent Road.
Right, okay.
Okay, go
he
on.
goes into a pub. There's a devil in there who's getting a bit cocky. He's had a bit to drink, and he's saying, "Do you want
As
to
devils
sort of
do.
gamble your soul away with me, and we'll see who's best at playing the violin?"
Yeah.
And I think the lad wins in the end, but it's not real enough. Whereas the one.
Oh! What? Not like the Shadow that got fed up and started pushing kids off bikes?
Rick, I think you're
In
referring
Boston.
to stuff that no one made sense of last week.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think we should refer to last
let's,
week.
let's play Mock Turtles, Can You Dig It? And then we'll come back and we'll talk about that.
And
I've come to the conclusion, Rick, we should never refer to stuff Carl said in the past, because it would just take too long to explain.
Alright, that's fair enough.
Makes sense.
Mock Turtles, Can You Dig It?
Indeed.
What I've done there is I've taken the title and I've done it like I'm talking to someone.
Sure.
XFM 104.9, I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant
Oh,
and
cute.
Carl Pilkington.
So, Carl, how excited are you about...
Woo! Those look great. Those look awesome. I like that. Interesting. Okay. Because I got my hands on some clay. So those look fun.
Pilkington.
So, Carl, how excited are you about Ricky's celebrity boxing match? Are you going to be there? Are you going to come along? Are you aware of this? You're aware of all this, aren't you?
yeah, I've heard about it.
We can't name the opponent
when
because
it
that should be a
is.
surprise. But anyway, it's for charities. It's a
Yeah,
charity
yeah.
boxing match.
Yeah.
And
I've always wanted to beat someone up for charity.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a good cause.
Who doesn't?
But the thing about Ricky is, I mean, I don't know if you're aware of this, Carl, but Ricky's one of these men who, you know, he doesn't mind sort of, you know, making a fool of himself on the telly and being funny and stuff, but if people said to him, right, you can either be Britain's funniest man, universally agreed that you're the funniest man in Britain, or you could, like, beat some gangsters up in a pub, he would go that, oh, please, just let me beat people up in a pub, and maybe like an old man's being hassled, like, by some street youths, and you come in,
Okay.
like, smash some bottles over their heads and sort of sort it out.
Against the odds, though.
Against the odds, yeah, there's about five of them against you.
Sure.
So, because he's got this kind of...
Get to the point, come on.
Well, the point is, he quite likes the idea of being sort of macho, and you know what I mean, and kind of a tough guy, you know, because he grew up in a
I
rough...
like boxing.
Yeah, but you'd love the idea of people going, don't mess with Ricky Gervais.
I'll
If
tell you
someone said,
what,
don't mess
if I
with
was
Ricky
a
Gervais, that would be exciting, wouldn't it? Never mess with Ricky Gervais, he will destroy you. That's what you'd love.
Okay, but in all reality, who wouldn't love, like, that kind of title, right? I always think about when people talk about, like, what superhero power would you want, or what superpowers would you want, or whatever. There's a lot of them, sure. But I personally would always love just, like, super strength, but not, like, be huge, not, like, Hulk physique, but kind of like a Jessica Jones situation where I'm just me, I look tiny, but don't mess with me because I can mess you up. That kind of strength. The amount of strength which is enough that I don't ever have to be scared to be, like, walking down the street. That's what I want. That'd be amazing. That'd be so freaking cool. And then I could just pull the Jessica Jones and, like, lift a car and say, Pilates. Duh. Like, that would be cool because, you know, as a tiny little woman, yes, sometimes the world is a scary place because no matter how strong I am or can get, I can just, if somebody's strong enough, they can just pick me up and take me away. So it'd be really cool to be strong enough to fight that off. I always wanted that. So, like, who would mess with me? People saying that kind of stuff, that'd feel amazing. Who wouldn't want that? That's so cool.
Go on. Never mess with Ricky Gervais, he will destroy you.
I like
That's
that.
what you'd love.
Go on.
Because you used to do karate, didn't you? You were a karate...
Oh, I used to go, yeah.
Didn't you get all the way up to white belt?
I was one away from black, and then I stopped, because that's
right.
what started working
Oh,
nights.
yeah,
See?
one step away from black.
I was in.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, I was chatting to him last night in the pub, because obviously the boxing match is in about 5 weeks' time, I think, isn't it?
Yeah,
And, anyway, he was...
Fun fact, just because they're saying it, I took Taekwondo lessons when I was, like, 7. I also made it to white belt, thank you very much. And basically what that entails is I learned how to go, yeah, while you throw a punch. That's about it.
sat there, Carl. I don't know if you know this about Ricky, but he's taken to smoking cigars.
No, I do.
That's a good picture.
I had the occasional one.
He got a cigar. He got like a Monte Cristo out of his pocket. It was ludicrous. He looked like George Papard for the E10 was. It was pathetic. And he was drinking Guinness. And I was saying to him, but aren't you doing a boxing match soon? And
I haven't started training yet. I'm starting training next week.
Smart.
You're not concerned that it's gonna have an impact?
Well,
I mean, what I'm saying is, you know, like the boxers, they normally put in some effort and stuff. They really do a bit
like
of training.
years of training.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean?
Getting up at 5:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you reminded me of
Running up the stairs
Frank
in
Bruno
Philadelphia.
when he was preparing for Panto. Not when he was.
I don't think he even smoked then, did he?
No.
And drank. No.
So I don't. What's your thinking, Rick? Because you know you're going to get your face pummeled. You know that. I mean, they're going to destroy you.
Apparently not.
You haven't got a chance.
That's why I left it this long. So I definitely lost my looks.
But you haven't got a chance.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
but
watch
no.
Have you
that.
ever been Have you ever?
I'm gonna watch that at some point. Okay, legit question. I'd say in case somebody knows, but I know a lot of you know. Does that fight happen before the next week's XFM? Because they're obviously going to talk about it, so I want to watch it before the XFM where it happens. No, that didn't make sense. Before the XFM that takes place after. That's, I think, what I wanted to say. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. If somebody can fill me in on when to watch that fight, because I do want to watch it, because they're going to talk about it. They've been talking about it for a long time. Please fill me in so I don't mess up the order of stuff. Thank you.
You're going to love it. Sorry, listen, sorry.
But I'm genuinely concerned.
Is this sort of psychological training? Because
No, it's not psychological training, it's a warning. I've spoken to your friends and your loved ones, and they all agree. We've got a petition going. We're sending it to the BBC. Please do not let this man box. Anyone else, please. But they're going to beat you. Seriously, I mean, have you ever had a punch, like a boxing glove, in the face?
No.
I think you should let us punch you next week live on the show.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
No, because because you
Yeah, because that makes great radio.
got to get used to it. Because I think you're going to either cry, just start crying uncontrollably, or just run away. You'll just run away. You'll just climb out the ring and run off.
Yeah, this is the same tactic that Ali used against Foreman in Rumble in the Jungle.
But I just
oh dear.
Because I think a boxing glove. Because I know you're wearing like huge. Aren't you wearing like huge kind of foam boxing?
No,
gloves?
we're not. No, we're not. We're using not a normal amateur ones.
Are you wearing boxing gloves like those ones they used to have on Gladiators? When everyone bites the dust. Those big foam gloves. You just slap each other in the face.
Thank you for that, because I would not have
and a big
gotten
sumo suit.
Exactly.
So I should be okay.
Do you get to you get some kind of head protection? Do you? Do you get some head
Yeah. It's amateur. It's amateur. So it's
amateur, you say?
No, I mean,
so it's not. There's no title.
No.
belt.
I mean, I think the amateur is head guards, vest, and 16-ounce gloves or something, as opposed to professional, which is no vest, bare-chested. No,
Right.
Maybe I can ask to fight bare-chested, because I'd quite like to show off my body.
Yeah.
If I could.
I think wrestling is really good for you. I don't mean like those kind of like The Rock and people like that. I'm talking about Big Daddy, Giant Head. That kind of.
That'd be good.
Where you can just throw yourself on someone.
Where they can sort.
Crabtree is his real name? Shirley Crabtree. I'm sorry, sir, but you could have shown me a picture of that man and say, guess his real name, and I would have said, like John Markson, something like that, like a normal name. But no, Shirley Crabtree. Of course.
Like be nearly dying, but then they can do a stomach butt.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Stomach to stomach. That's a good move, isn't it? In British wrestling, I always like that
sound.
one.
Yeah, and
Oh
I
dear.
you would...
Like two elephant seals fighting over a female.
Is it true that you've spent, knowing you've spent more time deciding what tune you're going to enter the ring to?
I want to come out to California by Tupac and Dr. Dre. I think that'd be really good.
I think that's embarrassing.
And I'm going to come up with loads of little midgets to make me look really big.
Sure.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't know what the BBC think of that, but it might be.
Probably not great.
I
Might be
don't
a good
know. Maybe we should take some suggestions as to songs that would be perhaps more appropriate.
Okay.
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
I love
Hey,
it.
fatty bum bum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Play a record,
Yeah.
Carl.
It is going to be.
He's dissed me.
It's going to be.
He's dissed me.
pathetic. Next
Yeah.
week,
That was
take
a good
you
one,
take a
though.
punch to the jaw next week on air.
Cheering breaks.
I'm gonna say, wait, if they want to punch him live on air for absolutely no reason, next week, I still have one more. Without a doubt that it doesn't happen. Okay.
Long distance on XFM. 104.9. On the way in, right, you know those little cars? They look like a little bubble car. They're modern ones. They look like half a car.
Okay.
Is that like a smart car? Is that what
Yeah,
it's called?
they
Is
look
that something?
like they just look like a toy car, and you can park them sideways.
Is there only room for 2 people?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just like the half of the front of a Volkswagen just cut in half,
yeah,
right? And I saw one going on Oxford Street, and it's a police car, a real police car, right?
Really?
Yeah, and. I mean, I thought, well, what happens if they had to chase someone? They couldn't, but I don't think that's the point. Because it was written on the side, it said something like, cleaner, something, more efficient. So I think they're making the point that we're cruising round in this car like we're on the beat, and it's using less energy and stuff.
Yeah.
But the first thing I thought of, right, was that those 2 policemen, they must have been going, oh, Sarge, don't let us have that one. Can't we have the Granada?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's so embarrassing.
I
It's such
know,
an embar-
Not only that, like, they can't chase anyone, obviously, but also if they have to, like, arrest a criminal or whatever, they can't take him downtown or anything. It's completely freaking useless. Okay.
you know, police, they're doing,
But you've got to respect them.
Yeah,
You've
of
got
course,
street
yeah.
toughs have got to respect them.
exactly. I just don't know if you have to.
Well,
get
the
up-
only thing more
What
embarrassing...
if you're really tall and you have to climb out of one and you're a
Yeah.
copper? Are there any
Like in The
policemen out
Simpsons?
there who have been asked to drive one of these cars? If you're listening, do you think police listen to this?
The only thing that would be more embarrassing is if you had to patrol on one of those bikes the goodies used to ride.
Okay.
That's the only thing I think that would be more pathetic.
A pogo stick?
Yeah, it's so embarrassing. Or on roller skates.
Yeah.
But not like roller blades. Roller
Yeah.
skates, those really old roller skates.
Have you seen those-
that you tie on your socks.
Yeah, have you seen those little bikes that look like clown bikes that the couriers use now? They're about a foot high. They're little
I saw one the
motorised-
other day on it. My head turned, yeah. They're
But
really bizarre.
just think
They're the
that-
ones that they fold up.
Yeah, but think of a policeman chasing you on that.
Well, I always remember that even in America when I started seeing policemen riding bikes. It didn't seem to me, it seemed...
Oh, they're quite cool. They're the ones that go through Central Park on the mountain.
It hasn't been a thing for a long time, but when I remember coming to Argentina, it was a thing for a few years while I was here. Policemen on horses in the middle of the city. And I've also seen that like in movies in New York or whatever, like Crocodile Dundee. Every time I watch Crocodile Dundee, all the scenes when he's in New York, it looks exactly like the city of Buenos Aires, right? And he gets lost and the guy on the horse takes him back. But like, it's so weird. Of all the vehicle, well, not to call a horse a vehicle, but of all the methods of transportation that, you know, an authority figure, I'm not saying this right, can have, a horse is a weird option for the city. Like, it's very odd. Also, completely unrelated, but I don't know what happened a couple days ago. I don't know where they came from, but there was like 20 or 30 horses that got loose and started running on the freeway. That was weird, like in between the cars and stuff. Very odd. I don't know, just... It happened, so I'm saying it. I don't know. It's very weird. Like, it was the freeway getting into, like, the city. Can you imagine being on the freeway and you, like, look in the rearview mirror and you just got, like, 20 horses running, like, behind you and picking up, and that's weird. Anyway.
Bikes.
know,
Yeah, but
something about
that's
it-
really cool, isn't it? They, they
It looks like they should be
they
delivering
whiz along at
newspapers,
about
though.
30 miles an hour, and they can just deliver
Do you know what
newspapers.
I mean? Because, like, on motorbikes, on a Harley Davidson or whatever, I'm not messing with a cop. Chips, now that's cool,
Yeah.
coppers.
Yeah, yeah.
But people in a smart car or, you know,
I know.
it is a bit embarrassing.
But I suppose it is that, or it's better than walking. You see,
Next
it's
we'll
like-
see them in those, if you really want to be, kind of worried about the environment, though, you know those little taxis you see that people pedal? They pedal around Soho and stuff.
Yeah, and when it's a riot squad, there's 4 in the back.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
But that's the thing, right? If they need to arrest someone,
Yeah, here we go. Go on.
no, well, what do they do? Because they do only say 2, so do they have to...
I love this man, but it's so odd to be so in sync with him. It's a little alarming that I share so many thoughts with Carl Pilkington at this time. I mean, I love him, but I don't really want to be him. Okay, Jesus.
like a cab down or something for the criminal.
We'll give
What
you the
do you do?
money. get a receipt, take
You
them back
definitely will go there.
Yeah.
You definitely will, because we've been caught this way before.
Exactly.
The
No,
last
I promise.
bloke, he just ran off. No, I won't run off. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. Policeman, I'll take your car. Then okay, go on then.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
definitely bring it back, though. I will. Well, isn't there something in America where when they arrest someone in America, they don't take them back to the station and fill out all the forms, they just take them back to the station, and then they go and fill the forms out in a cafe or something, so they're still looking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carl told me that.
They're what? So they're still on patrol?
I
is it?
have
Yeah,
no
so they
idea.
said they're doing all their paperwork, but they're in the, a cafe window and they're looking out.
Do you know, like how they say in this country so much police time's wasted by having to go back to the office and filling out loads of forms?
That sounds like some policeman going, yeah, I could get a lot more work done
Yeah,
if I was in a Starbucks.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of criminals in the pub, and if I would,
Yeah.
and I get to keep the receipts.
Yeah, I mean, what's safest is if I didn't wear my uniform and
Yeah.
probably got drunk
yeah,
with some mates.
Or a lot happens in, looking out my bedroom window. So if I was just like snoozing,
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
snoozing, and when I heard a noise, I just popped, look out, oi,
Yeah.
Oi.
come here.
Yeah, apparently there's a lot of crime in Marbella over the next 2 weeks. You want to pay me
So
to
if there's a
shoot over
policeman
there.
listening who has to drive one of those cars, were you annoyed when your sergeant
It is
went?
the most embarrassing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, I think the pogo stick.
Pogo stick one.
Or
the
pogo stick. The triple tandem. That's
triple
great.
tandem.
We should get that.
We should get one of
when we
the
do
three
our
of us,
road.
And I don't think it was a thing yet. The Segway thingies with the two wheels, like in Mall Cop or whatever. I haven't seen that movie, but I've seen the trailer and the guy's on a Segway. That looks ridiculous. That doesn't look cool at all.
Joe, Carl does all the peddling.
Yeah.
I'm in the basket in the front.
Hello,
like
Western Superman!
Play a record, Carl. What have you got?
What do you want? Mark the Hoople?
Oh, Mark the Hoople, yeah. Dug it out of the library.
Yeah.
I had one, it had greatest hits, which was enough, wasn't it?
What have you got for us, Rick?
Roll Away the Stone, I think. Coldplay, The Scientist.
Have you seen the video for that?
No, but...
Absolutely magnificent.
Is it?
It's brilliant.
I was always walking backwards
Yeah.
in the woods. Oh, yes, I have, yeah.
Absolutely
yeah.
extraordinary.
And
Well
I
done.
like all
Well
their
done to
videos.
Coldplay.
I think they're great.
Yeah.
I still haven't worked out how to do that one with whether it's a filter, they just turn up the light, because it gets light through the
As he's
duration of the
walking
video.
along, yeah.
Yeah.
Impressive, yeah.
And it's slow as well, so he must have...
No, I'd
recorded it
like them
fast
to win an
down.
award.
I'd like them to win awards. I like
Yeah.
Coldplay.
Yeah, no, good luck to them. Rick, can I just... Sorry, I
Go
don't
on.
mean to abuse our position again, but Bruce Springsteen's performing in London tomorrow night,
Yeah.
and you remember I made an appeal to try and get a free ticket.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even mind paying. I tried to pay, but...
That's good of you.
No,
Wants
I'm
tickets
I
again?
thought you were mean. No, go on. What are you going to say?
But
You were
all
going
I'm
to pay
saying
for the
is,
ticket.
you know-
What, face value? I mean, you don't want to be ripped off, do you?
No, don't be crazy. You know,
Yeah.
ideally half price.
Yeah.
And I've been chasing kind of my tail, really. I'm not going at the moment. I'm not going, and I'm desperate to see the man. I mean, he's going to do a great concert. It's his only one in London. I can't believe that.
Is this the same concert that he's been trying to score tickets for last time? Because I can't remember how long. I imagine not. He's doing it again. The question is, did he score tickets last time? If it's the same concert, obviously not. But did this work for him to like try again? Because that's insane.
Being on the radio, being on XFM, you know, the listenership's going up apparently. I can't believe I can't get a ticket. I've asked Carl, he's done nothing. He's done nothing.
Hang on a minute.
No,
come
Carl
on,
had a very good
Carl,
point.
nothing.
Hang
Carl,
on
say
a
what you
minute.
said when he was whinging in
No,
the
but
break.
first of all, whilst you're moaning, you also asked in the week for a Badly Drawn Boy album.
Yeah.
You got in today,
Yeah.
there's one there for you.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's yin and yang.
And it's
Carl.
like, yeah, but I do, you know...
Carl, what's Steve ever done for you? That's what you got to ask yourself. What has Steve ever done for you?
Touche.
Well, he took me to the BAFTAs. Yeah, but only 'cause no one else would
What
probably want
is
to go
that?
with you.
That's an amazing picture.
I can't believe that.
What is
I
this?
do not believe that. Oh, Steve, I'm going to stitch you up now, Carl. And it's in a nice way, and don't worry, it won't be too bad. He won't take it too bad. Carl sent me a little text message today.
Right.
No,
Oh,
don't.
what is this?
Right, okay. Okay.
You know, I'm in a very frail mood at the moment.
No,
'cause I'm
you're
not
like
going to
this
see
one.
Bruce.
This is funny, because me and him have been, like, sending, trivia back and forth to each other. Which is another point, right? I sent him... Oh, well, I'll get to that in a minute. I thought he'd really be amazed with,
Well,
right,
while you're fiddling, if you can make my dream come true, to go and see Bruce Springsteen tomorrow, then give us a call on the usual
Yeah,
number.
but like I said,
On the
Steve...
usual number.
What?
They don't even give it out.
Wouldn't be... Right, you just said when the song was on, can't believe it, right? We work at XFM, and I can't get tickets for Springsteen, right?
Yeah.
We work in radio, we should get tickets. Right, now think
Which
of the
I'm willing
amount
to pay for.
Yeah, but think of the... Yeah, but if it's sold out, it's sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
but that's just something they say.
Right, that's just what they say, is it? Right, so everybody on local radio stations say, do you know, I like that Bruce Springsteen, I want a free ticket. right? So another, say,
I tried to
400
phone. I phoned for an hour and a half. I couldn't get through.
Not long enough.
I've put the hours in.
Not long enough.
Not long enough.
What are you talking about? I've put the hours in.
No.
Right, so another 400 people turn up at the gig. They cram them all in. There's people being crushed. You know, they've paid the money early. They were up early.
I can't remember what the guy's name was, but there was a concert where I don't know if it was oversold or whatever, but people got crushed because they started like rushing the stage, and they were youngins like in the first row, and they just got trampled. It's a health and safety regulation thingy-majiggy. So I love that Carl is talking about safety, by the way. Of all people, you don't really imagine him to be like a safety stickler.
Early that day when the phone lines were open, whilst you were probably sleeping and that. So they're dedicated, and they're the ones at the front getting crushed.
What?
Would your
Why
mum and
are they
dad
getting
be
crushed?
happy if you were there getting crushed?
I don't mind. I'll sit at the side of the stage and watch him.
Yeah, but
I don't mind.
But everyone will say that then, and then
What?
before you know it,
Yeah.
no one can see anything
No,
because you're all on
Carl's
the
right
stage.
on this one.
Leave
Right,
it.
yeah,
Leave
just
it.
read, right, I'm going to give you this. I'm handing over my mobile phone to Steve to read the. You can see it's from Carl.
Can you imagine going to a concert and you got Stephen Merchant in front of you? You ain't seeing nothing. Like, in my case, yeah, I'm just seeing the back of whatever ridiculous shirt he has on that day. What do you do? What do you do? That sucks. That would be terrible. Like, do you literally just, tap him on the shoulder and say, hello? Can you pick me up and put me on your shoulder or something? Because I can't see anything. You're like, what do you do? That'd be awful. And yes, I know you can move. But still, what if it's him and a bunch of friends that are his height? You're screwed. That sucks.
Stop. But just read it out as you scroll down. Just read it out loud.
Is this a text message from...
Yeah, this is a text message to me from Carl. Read it out.
I love the phone.
To see at night as well as an owl, you would need eyes the size of grapefruits. If only Stephen could turn his head right round as well. Carl, I can't believe it. What upsets me most, Carl, right, is not the fact that you've been slagging me off behind my back. It's the fact that you've got the cheek to come on here and moralise because you failed to get me tickets and make a dream come true. You come on here trying to pass the buck and say that it's a health and safety problem, when in actual fact it's a Carl Pilkington problem.
Look at that. See that? I got it in a bin.
I'm devastated. You know,
and then let's play a record.
I'm
I'm
upset.
eating this banana off air.
What's the number?
It's 08700 800 1234. But if it's sold out, Steve, it's sold out.
A bit of a classic here. REM.
I bet if Ricky wanted to go, it'd be fine. I'm sure someone could sort it out then.
Who?
I get that it's sold out, and I'm with Carl on this because rules are rules, people, especially when it's self and safety. Health and safety. But Steven's request isn't that crazy because it's the day before. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of people that bought tickets and they can't go because emergency, they got sick, they threw their back out, they broke their foot, they had to go out of town on business unexpectedly. Like, a lot of people are gonna have tickets that it'd be convenient to resell. So I'm not saying give him an extra ticket. I'm saying there's people that probably most likely have a ticket to say, hey, I can't go. And I have one. Pay me triple.
Oh, if Ricky Gervais wants to go, then
I'm
you can
going.
come.
What? What
Wanted to
happened?
go, it'd be fine. I'm sure someone could sort it out then.
Who?
Oh, if Ricky Gervais wants to go, then
I'm
you can
going.
come. Are you?
No.
That would have been fun.
You two.
Okay.
Electrical Storm. That's great. That's great. I love that. On XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington. Carl, I want you to tell Steve what you told me in the week. About the snake, about the anaconda, how to...
Wow.
Right, this is Carl's method. He's not scared of the anaconda, the 30-foot-long, biggest, scariest snake.
No, you were talking
the world.
about stuff, weren't you, about in jungles and that, and animals.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Right.
And I remember reading about, say if you're in the jungle and you get tired and you go to sleep, right, and you sort of wake up and you feel something on your leg, and you look down, and it's an anaconda, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's swallowing your feet, because apparently they always go for your feet.
It's swallowing your feet? Is that what he said? I don't know what's happening in the mouth, but that's blood, yo. That's crazy. Is that a bird head he's swallowing, or is that part of his anatomy? And I don't know what's happening there. I love snakes, but I don't know what's happening there. But homie just had a snack.
Because apparently they always go from the feet up. They never eat you from the head.
Okay, yeah, okay, God, okay. It was, yep. We were proving that point. Got it.
So,
Okay. Shall I save these points to the end? Because
Make a list of the points.
Because they always eat head first, because the way the fur goes, where they have to take a capybara or even a rat, they take it from the head
But
first.
make a point.
Okay,
Make some notes
okay,
there.
so that's wrong.
We'll come back
okay,
to this
next,
later.
go on. So they always eat you from the feet. Go on.
So they swallow in your feet, and it said on the website, if you wake up and you see this anaconda doing that, sort of eating away at your feet, don't panic.
Don't panic. I'm just writing this down. Don't panic. Hold on. Okay,
me
go
too.
on.
Hold on.
Don't try and kick it off.
Okay.
Just let it sort of swallow you, but only up to your knees.
Okay. Why not kick it off straight away? Because
I think it sort of gets a bit angry. It starts thrashing about, and it can swallow faster. I think.
Oh yeah.
I'm guessing that bit.
Okay.
Of course.
Just put a question mark by that.
Okay,
there,
pop a question mark next
So,
to eat
so
knees.
yeah, so
eat knees. So eat it up to your knees.
It's up to your knees,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
what
yeah.
you do is you get a knife
Yeah.
Okay.
and you cut.
And how do you get a knife? Do you
Your
walk
legs.
over to the kitchen?
I was going to pop over, get knife. Where's that coming from? Get
Well,
some
you
knife.
always have a knife.
Always have a knife,
course.
otherwise you're a fool. Always have a knife,
Duh.
okay?
Well, come on.
Yeah.
If you're going to go into a jungle,
Always have a knife. Okay.
Always have a knife, yeah.
simple.
Could I just suggest something? You know, suppose you're wearing combat trousers, and the knife is actually in the trousers by the knee, the sort of pocket.
Oh, I was gonna ask the same thing, because you know how they have the knife holders? There's some that are like more, by the knee or like by the ankle. What do you do then? Great question, Ricky. Oh, finally, I'm not on the same page as Carl.
By the knee. What happens then? I suppose you could still reach into the mouth, couldn't you? So anyway, you've got a knife.
Let me share with you what just happened in here, alright? He said that, and that was hilarious. What I remembered was the scene in The Simpsons where Homer is drowning in quicksand. And he's like, okay, don't panic. And he goes... He puts his arms in, gets stuck like that, and so he put his arms in to take out his legs. He gets stuck that way, and then he puts his head in to take out his arms. And just like that, he was under. So I imagine getting your feet, swallowed. You're like, okay, well, I'll get my hand down to get my knife. the anaconda panics and swallows your hand. And you're like, okay, well, I'll use the other hand. You just go all in, like in the fetal position. Okay, I can get myself free with my mouth. And just instant snack. That's what went on up in here. Okay, so you're welcome.
Let's say you've got a knife into the mouth, couldn't you? So anyway, you've got a knife. Let's say you've got a knife. Let's say you've fallen asleep. The anaconda's chewing your feet. You let it eat up to the knees.
Chewing.
You've got a knife. What do you do then, Carl?
Right. So it's up to your knees, and what you do, you get your knife that you got out of your pocket earlier, and you cut it at the mouth, right? Do you know, like either side of the lips?
Right.
So you're sort of cutting it in half.
You make it a Joker
Right, like a Chelsea smile.
And it can't... Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It can't do anything. It wasn't ready for that. It can't move about because it's got, like, your legs in its mouth. And peel it off and walk away.
Okay. My main point, really, is this, Carl. Never will an anaconda or any constrictor, python, boa constrictor, just start eating a sleeping man. He will crush you to death first.
Probably.
That's why they're called constrictors. They're not called gobblers, are they? Or holy swallowers. They're called constrictors. Why would he start eating something? Is that how they take down antelope? Just start chewing their leg? Oh, it's gone off. I'll tell you what, lads. They get together. This next one there said, I'll tell you what, we're losing a lot of prey by just living at their ankles. They're running away. Let's crush them to death first so they can't move. Then we can swallow them. You're a fool.
I know nothing on the subject. What he said make perfect sense. Yes, they do that. But Sir, you just said to constrict them so they can't move, but if they find a sleeping human, it ain't moving. So, job done. It's a shortcut to get them sleeping. Probably doesn't work that way, but, you know, snakes are stupid. No, I'm stuck on the question is why wait for them to devour me up to my knees? Why can't I make it a why so serious while it's chowing down on my ankles? I didn't understand, like, it'll freak out only if I'm ankle deep, but if I'm knee deep, it won't freak out. I don't get it, but okay.
So anyway, right, so I was telling him this bit of information because we started a feature last week. Mm-hmm. Well, week before.
Sorry, Carl, can we just go back to the crushing you to death first?
Yeah, but, well, I read it.
He's
So
won
be
there.
true.
He's beating you there, Rick.
Okay. Did it say what to do if it starts crushing you to death first? No. Did it say what to do? Supposing it had this meeting, and it started crushing you and you woke up and it was actually round your chest. And every time you tried to take a breath and breathed out a little bit, it just tightened its grip, because it can feel that.
Not great.
What'd you do then?
You sort of tighten yourself up anyway, because I've read about that.
Yeah.
If one does start wrapping around you, you sort of make yourself into a ball, first of all, and it'll wrap around you, but it's alright because you're protecting your lungs, so it can't crush you, and then you just sort of shout for help. And you
shout for help with this 30-foot snake. Do you know how it works? It gets as tight as it can. It can feel as tight as it can, right? With these huge muscles, right? Yep. Right? When you
right.
leave a bit of breath out, it tightens again.
You won't be that out of breath. You haven't been running anywhere, so you can just go.
What? And when do you get the new mouthful of oxygen?
Just breathe very slowly, like you do.
How? Do you know what breathing is? Do you know what breathing is? It's extending your rib cage, right? Intercostal muscles between the ribs. Contract like that. Okay, making the ribcage expand, which pulls air in through. It's like a bellow. That you can't just breathe via the mind. It's a physical process. It's your ribcage pulling over.
Maybe I'm special, but I can do little breaths without my ribcage.
Play a record, Steve.
Yeah, you're special.
Play a record.
No.
You can't take little breaths without moving your ribcage.
Can I just give you the titles, because we're running out of time, we've got a competition to do.
Okay, alright, let's just leave the anaconda discussion.
That,
why don't you agree to disagree, and we'll see who survives if you crash land in the
There
jungle.
you go.
Right.
Easy peasy.
What is this? What are you doing now?
This is educating Rick.
Okay, this is the cutest thing ever, because he said maybe I'm special, I can take tiny breaths without moving my ribcage. No, you can't. I just tried. If you can do that, Carl, you're mega special on a lot of different levels. But yeah, the rib cage always it expands. Also, there's so much to take into consideration there. Like, you're gonna be freaking out. You're not gonna take tiny breaths. You're gonna be you're gonna be panicking. So if you wake up and you're being, constricted by one, you're gone. I'm sorry. I mean, unless you're there with someone that you can wake up by yelling and panicking and whatever, and they can cut it off, or I don't know. Yeah, you're dying. I'm sorry, but real life is harsh, yo.
Oh, good. I'm going to look forward to this.
Yeah. 3 topics that I teach you every week.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, obviously, I should just remind people, you normally summarise each of these in a kind of bullet point heading, which you tease us with. So what have you reduced them to this week?
Right, we've got Stocking, Aitken and Waterman.
Stocking, Aitken and Waterman. Good.
Yeah. What else have we got? We'll just start over. We've also got, what else is it? It's not his vault. Yeah?
It's not what?
It's not his vault.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
And we've also got Get a Lobe of This.
Get a lobe of this.
Yeah.
Cute.
Carl, they're genius. Rick will be
The
choosing
last
one of
one's
these
my
after
favourite.
New Order.
The last one was
Foo
great.
Fighters and All My Life on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me, Stephen Merchant and Carl Pilkington. So,
Okay.
just before we do educating Ricky, this is where Carl thinks he can
Thanks.
give me something of interest and teach me something to take away. Last week I found out that somewhere in a strange land people thought tomatoes were poisonous because they ate them with lead. Things like that. What was the other one you told me?
else was it last week?
Dude, it was the shadow, right? And then one was just like the rain, something about the rain, and we never found out.
Bit of worms. Cut me off.
Yeah. Oh, I sent him a text message. I was on the train, a bit bored.
What about worms?
Sent him a text message. I was on the train, a bit bored. And I read in, I think it was Metro, scientists have found out that worms get stressed. And they found out that the fat ones didn't live as long. And when they checked the thin ones that lived longer, they found out they had a gene for de-stressing them. Right? Carl, do you remember what you said?
No.
He went, well, that's stupid, isn't it? He said, did these other ones die of natural causes? I went, yeah. He went, alright. Because it could be that the fat ones couldn't get off the pavement quick enough and got squashed. So maybe the scientists go, yeah, we didn't... Yeah, they come to think of it, they were flat as well as fat.
I think the reason that the worms are getting stressed is because people like Carl are cutting them in half to try and make 2 snakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Two worms.
Well,
Yeah.
well.
That's the concern.
He said they can't even commit suicide if they're stressed by cutting their throat. I also sent what I thought was quite interesting, that the scientists have found that the elephant hasn't got the best memory. The sea lion has, based on they've got a sea lion and they got it back into the old laboratory 10 years after it taught it a simple trick, and it could still do the trick. What did you say to that, Carl?
I'd say they don't go up to much anyway.
Well, I didn't read it. Yet known in any species other than... Really? Very interesting.
I'd say they don't go up to much anyway. So if you do teach it something, it is going to remember it.
Sure.
Because it's got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And then it also... I mean, I like sea lions. They look nice and everything, but what do they do?
What was that? Sea lions?
Do we need
What are they here for? It's another jellyfish, as far as I'm concerned. It's like, it's there and people know about them, but what do they do?
Yeah.
Oh, on the video of him in Death Note by Huffington Pants that I just watched, somebody in the comments, we were messing with the idea of the jellyfish, do we need them? Apparently the jellyfish feed the sea turtles, as in sea turtles eat jellyfish. So that then raises the question, okay, sea turtles, do we need them? But, those are cute. Do they do stuff? They help Merlin find Nemo. So, I mean, in my book, they're good. But what... this do we need them debate is just so freaking funny, man. It's so funny because, I mean, it can be applied to anything. Humans, do we need them? What do they do? Like, what? Oh, this is ludicrous, but I love it.
What do we do? What do we do, Carl?
Well,
what do we do?
A cat, first, Steve said, is good for your heart. So
Why is it all geared to what's good for us?
Because...
Anyway.
Educating Ricky.
Yeah.
Good, we've settled that then. Go on.
The titles that are meant to sort of pull you in.
Yeah.
We've got, what was it? Stocking, Aitken and Waterman.
Yeah.
You've got It's Not His Vault.
Cute.
And Get a Load with This.
Get a load of this. So, which pun do I pick first? I think I'll go for get a load of this.
Get a lobe of this.
Yeah, get a load of this, yeah.
Well, that's a story about a girl who, she was deaf, right, for 4 years. And, it happened quite a bit back this.
What year? Or was it...
I think it was
ages ago, was it?
Yeah, quite a bit back. She was deaf for about 4 years. Having an argument with her mum, it said, which I didn't quite understand. Because I don't know how they do that.
Yeah.
But she was having an argument, and a man pushed her against a wall, and she banged her head, and her hearing came back.
Okay.
Was she wearing a Walkman, and it fell out? And she'd realised,
There's no explanation.
There's no explanation? Well, why is that teaching me something then?
Right, so I knew you'd say this, right? So I thought, right, I'll stick something on it. Do you know that bees are deaf?
No! No, you can't just... No! If you ask someone something they don't know the answer to, they don't tell you something else. Just, I'll tell you something else then. I can't answer that, I'll tell you something else. Imagine that. If you asked a teacher. Look, how do birds fly? Wow, if you're going to do that, tallest building is... I mean, what?
Well...
That was the equivalent, Carl, of running away. When we asked you a question.
intellectual equivalent of going, look over there, there's a monster. Listen, what do you mean? What she... Okay, so... Oh.
So her
There's
hearing
no
came back.
explanation. There's no explanation. Or you don't know.
Well, there isn't one, is there, really? It's a bit
What,
weird.
did
But the
doctors-
only
did
thing-
doc-
There wasn't one given to him, I think is what he's trying to say. There wasn't an explanation where he got this information from.
Doctors not look into it?
No, I think they just said, oh, that's good.
But, so again, I don't... Where did this information... Is that... If you read this on
Is
the net,
that
is that
it?
all they put on
There
the
was
net?
once a
No.
deaf woman who hit her head and she
And her
could hear.
hearing came back.
It was bizarre things about being deaf.
Was there...
You know what nobody's talking about yet, at least, that I find absolutely adorable? That it was beyond his comprehension that deaf people can argue. Or have a discussion. Like, yeah, they can. Apparently, it's even in signing, they can like whisper. The signs are like smaller. It's all. There's a whole thing to sign language. It's just really fun. But I love the fact that he didn't get that part. Like, like there's signs for all the bad words and stuff. I mean, you can tell anyone off. Of course you can.
Free, like,
yeah.
was there...
Things about being deaf.
Was there
And-
three,
Oh,
like...
yeah.
Was there
I've
sort
got
of...
that book, yeah, it's a good book, that.
Was there three
Yeah.
more pages you just couldn't be bothered to read on?
Yeah.
No, it was just a little bit, and it
Was there a
said-
little picture, a cartoon picture?
No pictures, I just
And we
read
going,
it.
ow.
Look,
Ow,
if you
I
don't
can
want to
hear.
know, if you don't want to learn, you know.
Yeah. Okay, it's not his fault. Let me have It's Not His Fault. You gotta save this. This has got to teach me something. It'll be an interesting story.
Right, it's not his vault. This fella,
Yeah. What year? Ages ago?
Olden times?
I'd say in the 70s,
Okay.
Would you?
I'd say.
Any evidence for that?
and
Does he wear flares in the story?
Right,
Is that your
it's-
reason?
no, it's a bit like Yori Geller, this fella, right, where
yeah.
he's electric,
He's electric.
and if he walks past the telly would fizz.
Uh-huh.
If he walked past the radio, it all goes like that.
Oh.
His hair stuck up all the time, and he'd be having a bath, and everything would be all right, and then the power would sort of switch on in his body, and the electric in his body made him jump out of the bath. So,
What do you mean so? What is that so? What does that so mean? You've given us nothing. You've given us nothing.
You'd have to at least give us the scientific explanation.
Yeah.
You know what I absolutely freaking love about this? That he's telling stories like this that are absolutely just ridiculous and fun and stuff. But then we see him, I think it was on the train in An Idiot Abroad, where there was the magnet man that just like plates and stuff would stick to him, and then the guy was just basically extra sticky. But I mean, there's stuff like that out there. I will never, ever, ever forget the scene where they just kind of cut from one scene to the next, and it's just Carl with the plate stuck on his head, looking all dumbfounded with the open mouth, like the camera, like, with the plate. Oh, I love that. That mental image of him. Oh my God. Just, it makes me laugh every time it comes up in my head.
You'd have to at least give us the scientific explanation.
Yeah.
electric eels
Yeah.
have 400 volts in them.
Oh, is this the running away again?
Yes.
What was that one called?
Yeah, but but
It's not his vault.
but there's a reason that not his fault.
The guy was just extra
I
static.
thought it was going to be something about keeping it in a safe.
I think we should do these the other way round. I
It's
think you
not
should
his
tell us
fault.
the story and then we'll hear the pun.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault.
Right, let's leave it.
Play a tune.
Forget it.
Educating Ricky.
Bin it. We're not doing it.
No, we are.
I love how annoyed he gets. Oh my
What?
God.
Don't look at me like that.
Oh, Carl, you're in a bad mood.
The Coral,
I'm all right.
dreaming of you. Right, do the last one. Do the last one. Carl's saying we're never doing this again because we don't appreciate it. Yeah, Carl, you don't know how good this feature is, mate.
Right, last one.
Yeah.
Stocking, Aitken and Waterman.
Go on and tell me
Okay.
about that one. What's that? What am I going to learn from this?
Right, well, do you know the saying, put a sock in it?
I like it already.
Do you know the saying?
Yeah.
Right, well, do you know where it comes from?
I assume it's shut up, so I'll stuff your mouth with a sock to shut you up.
Years ago.
Yeah. Sorry, am I right?
No, not really. Ages ago.
1970s?
50s,
Okay.
I'd say. Do you know the old,
I'd say.
do you know the old gramophone?
Yeah.
with the big horn on it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, well, those stereos didn't have a volume control on them. Right? So they'd be listening
Oh, so
to
you
the
put a
album,
sock in
This is
the...
cool.
and
Mute.
you'd put something like a sock.
That's a real one, you see. That's taught me something. That's good.
That is good. 1, what Carl said. 2, the more likely... Aw, you're already taking it away from him. The more likely origin is from the trenches of the First World War when it was used by soldiers along with put a bung in it and put a cork in it to mean shut up. I like what Carl said better, and I think it makes a little bit more sense. I don't know. I like this one.
That's excellent, Carl. That is the only one that counts, like chewing the fat, if they're true. I'm assuming they are. It works. It's of interest. I haven't got it verified yet. But
still like the
that is
tomato
educating
thing.
Ricky. That's brilliant. I will say the other two were more entertaining. So, you know, I don't...
Do you understand the distinction, though, between that one and Electrical Man?
Not at all.
And, or I've hit me head, I can hear you, Mum.
Can you see the difference, though? Or...
Not really, because when I read all 3, I took something away from all of them.
What did you take away from the Electrical Man?
I just thought, oh, imagine that. Imagine how annoying that would be.
But that's not education, is
And
it,
it's
really?
not taking anything away.
Think about it, right? We take our lives for granted all the time, don't you? You get up in the morning, it's like, oh, I'll get up and walk for a shower. Some people can't walk, right?
Yeah.
This guy, he can't even have a... You know what I mean? It's nice to have a bath, isn't it, when you've got time on your hands and you can relax. This guy can't even do that. It might be all right for a bit, but he's not really enjoying it, because at any moment, it could strike.
Yeah.
So, he can't even do that. He can't comb his hair, because it keeps going a mess.
Yeah.
He can't watch his
Nor can you.
No, he can't.
Does he fight crime? What does he do with his powers?
I think he just has to sit around, because he can't work with machinery.
Right.
Because he'll probably blow a fuse.
Yeah, so he just sits around.
Think about it, what can he do? What normal things can he do?
Skateboarding.
Going for long walks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a wetsuit on.
Well, he couldn't do that.
Why?
Ooh, water and electric.
No, wetsuits aren't actually wet. They're dry initially.
But
Just put a whole
to
wetsuit
get
on
wet.
and walk round with flippers and
A
rub the
wetsuit's
sole.
not like a dinner jacket that's like really wet.
Well, all I'm saying is think. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And what was the other
And
one
the
again?
girl deaf for 4 years hits her head.
Yeah. That's just...
What have you learned from that?
What is that?
Well, imagine how happy you'd be. Remember that time when I nearly died when I choked on a Mr. Freeze Pop? Right?
No, tell us that one again.
No, I told you, didn't I?
Tell us again.
Yeah, but the people will remember it, and then it's...
They weren't listening. Go on.
I
What happened?
was.
It was ages
too.
ago when my mum and dad used to go out shopping on a Friday.
1970s?
Get the food in. get a week's load of food in the cupboard and that, and we'd, they'd come in with all the food, and we'd all be like, oh, God, there's no food left on a Thursday, really, so we'd all be hungry on the Friday by the time the food got in.
I love that.
And
That
I'd
they
be
wouldn't
like-
eat it. I imagine him like jackal puppies.
Yeah.
Just like licking your parents' mouth for food as they
So-
come through the door.
So they come in from the supermarket, they're emptying the box. Our kid had got some biscuits and what have you.
Okay.
Frenzy, just a feeding frenzy, like pigeons.
I grabbed the Mr. Freeze Pop and knocked it back really quick, but it wasn't frozen, so I knocked it back so it was like a liquid, and it went down the wrong way, right, and I was choking, right, and I nearly died. It must have been about... How long can you go before you die?
A couple of minutes to do
Right,
it.
I reckon about a minute 50. Right, I was really close to dying.
How do you know you were close to dying? Did your life flash before you?
No, but I just was like...
There's loads of instances of him eating pops.
Yeah, exactly.
I just was dead...
40 of those.
Whatever, right?
What do
anyway.
you think you'd see if your life flashed past you?
Whatever.
What do you think, which elements would stand out for you, do you think?
What?
Uh,
Start now, go back. Zoom. What do you remember? What's the first thing you remember?
as a kid...
Yeah, just tell it
Right,
now.
being in the hall and having our dog licking my face.
That's your earliest memory?
Yeah.
Yeah. Duh.
Okay, what's the next one?
Right, next one's probably being at primary school with Lindsay.
Yeah.
Was that your girlfriend?
Well, a little friend who was a girl.
Sure.
And we used to have like tins with letters in, and you'd have to write stuff. But anyway, what were we doing? Right, so anyway,
I'm intrigued by the dog that was licking your face.
well, bin that.
We won't win that.
no, it's a great feature. I just think you need to be a little bit more careful
great
about what you
feature.
consider to be
Mike's.
education.
I have a great first memory. I was 3 years old, and my very first memory was my dad brought home a kitten that he rescued from a box under the freeway. We were not expecting or wanting a cat, but he brought that cat. It was filthy. My mom washed it in the sink. Kitty didn't like that. That was like my childhood cat. That cat that cat came with us to Argentina. That cat lived for 15 or 16 years. So I basically grew up with that cat. All right? Awesome stuff. And I love that he's my first memory. That's just special to me. I wasn't in the hole. He wasn't looking my face. But, you know, good first memory.
Darn funny. I fell over.
All right, well,
Well, we'll work on it next week. Play a tune, and what have you got for us? Because we've got a big competition.
We've
Come
got to
on!
do the competition.
I
We've only
thought
got
we were hearing the freeze pop thing story.
25
Yeah, well, come on
Don't
then,
worry
quick
about
then.
it, Carl.
I don't
Play
feel
a
like it
tune.
was
Come
over.
back with Rockbusters.
What are we playing?
Let's play a bit of Tupac.
Oh, that's what I'm coming out to, isn't it?
Yeah,
The fight.
exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine it.
Whack it up, whack it up.
Tupac, California Love.
Yeah.
And that's the big tune that Ricky will be coming out to when he has his celebrity boxing
Yeah.
match.
Yeah.
We're all looking forward to that,
Yeah,
Rick.
yeah.
Yeah.
Competition time, Carl?
Oh, Carl's looking forward to this. He's just getting all stressed about his half hour. Like Pete. Oh, go on. Go
No,
on,
it's
sorry.
just we should have done this a lot earlier. 'Cause
Why?
it keeps them hooked in.
Right.
Right. If you haven't heard the game before, I'll give you some initials, bit of a cryptic clue, and those initials and the cryptic clue makes up some band. Might not be an XFM band, but it's a band or a pop group or an artist or something.
Yeah.
It's on
What's the
email.
feature called, though? What's the
It's
feature
called
called?
Rockbusters.
Rockbusters, yeah?
Absolutely.
Do you want to, will we do this on email?
I think we ought to, because you don't like taking calls from the public, do you?
Well, he can't work the machine.
No, that's absolutely right.
It's not that, it's just that then it's pretty fair for everyone because...
Anyone who's got a computer, you mean? So it's open to anyone who's got, you know, a computer or a laptop at their disposal.
I don't know why. I guess because when I was little, the only time, you know, I would listen to the radio was in the car when my dad was driving or my mom was driving. That's the only. So I always picture people listening to this like in their car going somewhere. So emailing in would be really difficult. Like apparently not, because there's listeners all over, which is awesome. But to me, radio is always linked to in the car. Like, especially, I played GTA and stuff. It's always linked to in the car for me. So it's weird that they do it via email. Calling, also a bit weird maybe, but, you know, I don't know.
At this precise moment.
Anyway, there's some cracking prizes, Rick, you'll be pleased to know that, obviously, once again, Carl has managed to collect together an arbitrary assortment of
Just looking
giveaway
around,
stuff.
looking around the office.
I mean, where did you get these from? Did you, I mean, seriously, where did you get them from? Because it's
Right,
such
what-
an arbitrary
what- what
collection.
have we got there?
I don't know what kind of a person would want these items.
Right.
It's such an arbitrary selection, I don't know what kind of person you'd be.
Read them out, what have we got?
Well, there's another XFM compilation, which you've obviously nicked from somewhere in the office.
Yeah, it's
Fair
a
enough.
good
Yeah.
compilation remix to
There's
album.
an album here, which is a promo album with two pigs on the front. I think it's the Smashing Pumpkins
French
live.
Saunders.
I can't be certain.
Yeah.
Euphoria.
This is the album. Didn't we give this one away last week? This
Well,
is
yeah.
just an arbitrary compilation album. Again, one of those kind of.
Is that the actual one you didn't send, Carl?
No.
To say-
I've
We've
got a couple
I've
of
got a
these,
job lot of them.
surprise,
Honest?
surprise? The Office
Oh.
on DVD,
Again.
which is ludicrous.
Oh, I've
then-
seen it from here. What film? If it, like, listen, dear XFM listener, it's 2:30. You know, it's just a bit windy out. You're
Probably going to stay in this evening.
maybe do a bit of shopping you got, and then in a stay even. Or what film would you really want? No, I mean seriously. Think if you could see one film, right? What would you want to see?
DVD.
One of the
DVD.
big
One of the-
releases.
Yeah, it's great. Put them out there in misery, Steve. They'll be watching this tonight if they're a lucky winner.
It's the movie Stigmata. Stigmata with Patricia Arquette and Gabriel Byrne.
Okay.
Oh,
So look forward to
that's
that.
great.
That's a big one.
That is brilliant.
You're playing
oh,
for-
look at Carl's face. He's actually offended because he's the only one that puts any work into this show.
And a lot
And
of
he's got
it.
competitions. He's got Educating Ricky.
It's wonderful.
Rockbuster. He's
got
got
the song with the story.
He's got a
coming up.
song with a story to come that he's like gone through them. It's
I'm,
unbelievable.
Oh.
Yeah, so you're playing.
And I love that the Educating Ricky thing started out as he had like 3 ideas, right? And Ricky was supposed to choose 1 a week. And they just kind of didn't do that. They did all of them. And he just kind of stuck with that. So now he has a lot of homework. He has to come up with the initials for Rockbusters for several bands. He has to have 3 interesting stories to share each week. And find a song where it has a good story. That's a lot of homework for this when Ricky and Steven don't do jack. Like, they don't even prepare properly anything. They don't even eat before they do this, right? Like, we gotta hear him eat. It's It's impressive. I'm impressed.
For that collection of arbitrary goodies, plus the big prizes.
And he has to get prizes each week for people to win. That is work, man. That's extra work. He's not getting paid extra, I imagine. Probably not. So, yeah, he's carrying this.
This week's Stigmata, featuring Gabriel Byrne.
Oh dear.
About a woman who I think starts bleeding from the hands. It's a horror film, I think. You'll have to be 18 or over
I've
to
seen
take
it.
part.
It's not terrible.
Sure.
It's all right. But
Is it better than Children of the Corn, which was a big giveaway last week?
I haven't seen Children of the Corn. Go on then.
Right, so
Next week, Teen Wolf 2.
Does the kid, the first kid here in like the row of the Rockbuster silhouettes, is he wearing a backpack, or does he have like an extremely wide shoulder situation going on, or? Because I was looking at him and something ain't right. I guess he has a backpack on, but you can't really tell. Is it like the silhouette of Quasimodo? What's going on? Thank you.
Go on.
Here's
the... And Tony Banks's own solo album, Bank Statement. Tony Banks, remember, is the musician from the much loved Genesis, but we got that
Shut
album
up, Ricky,
to give
I want to
away.
hear the clues.
All right, then. So, right.
To win those exclusive prizes.
Yeah,
Go on.
Yeah, you've got to email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
I saw a sellotape dispenser out in the office
there's
as
a
well, if
pair
you
of
want.
gloves that I don't know who's out, but they're out there and they've been there for a week. So
Let's send them
pair
as
of
well.
gloves, a sellotape dispenser, and Tony Banks's solo album, Bank Statement.
Yep.
Okay, go on.
Right, first one. Initials JT.
Justin
Initials
Timberlake.
JT. What's the cryptic clue?
Cryptic clue. At the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Hold on.
Yeah?
JT.
It is
and
Justin
what's the clue
Timberlake. Ah! I'm sorry. Okay, timber, wood, or logs, lake, and just from Justin Timberlake. Oh, I got one. I got one before the clue, and then I reverse engineered the clue, and it made sense. I am proud of me.
At the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Full of logs?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
This is
who could it be?
creative.
JT. At the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Yeah, go on.
Love
Next
it.
one.
Second one, there's three of them you got to get. Letter is W.
Yeah.
The clue, that lad's got bad asthma.
That lad has
Weezer. Is that a band? Weezer. I think that's a band.
I've got
bad
that
asthma.
one already. I've got that
Yeah,
one already.
W.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
okay.
finally, the last one is the letter C.
Yeah.
And the cryptic clue
Is Carl is one of these.
Hey, excuse you. Oh, I understood. I was going to say Carl is with a K, but never mind. I got it. It's my bad. I'm sorry.
Mousetrap is that musical, isn't it? This isn't the clue, by the way. It is called Mousetrap, isn't it?
There's not a musical.
It's not a
for me,
musical,
so
but
it's a play.
it's a whodunit sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Right, here's a clue. I saw that...
Imagine that. Imagine that on the real blockbusters.
Yeah, mate. Bob Owen is going, oh, can we stop a minute? Oi, you with the 9 teddy bears there. Mousetrap, that's a show, isn't it, in London, isn't it? I think so, Bob, yeah. Right, okay, here we go.
Yeah, carry on.
So
So the camera's back on?
Yeah.
So the letter is C, and the cryptic clue. I saw that Mousetrap the other night, but the heating in the theatre was
What?
knackered.
What?
The heating in the theatre was knackered, right? Ruined it.
What? Coldplay? That has to be Coldplay.
Well, we've got that one already as well.
Yeah.
I mean, these are... the first one's hard, but the those two
So
are
just a quick
ridiculous.
First one
reminder,
is
JT
not
was the
hard.
first
the
one.
first one
At the moment, I'm in a river
Brilliant.
full of logs.
Full of logs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Second one, W, that lad's got bad asthma.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And the last one, C, I saw that Mousetrap the other night, but the heating in the theatre was knackered, and it ruined the whole thing.
Okay. And ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk is the email
So much
address.
fun.
You can
Oh my
win
God.
I'm confused. in a river
various
full of
treats,
logs, actually.
including
I'm in a...
Stigmata
I'm
with
in a
Gabriel
river full
Byrne.
of logs.
Yeah.
I'm in a river full of logs.
Well, we'll do it in about 20 minutes. They've
Yeah,
got
you've
20
got to
minutes
stay
think
tuned
about
for the
it.
answers.
It's not the
Silly
quickest, so
Ricky.
don't go rushing and sort of messing it up. Think about it, and it's random email anyway, so there's no rush, alright?
Alright, calm
And
down.
if you want to email, you're welcome to say, please do not send me the prizes, even if I win. I can put that on there if you don't want that junk in your house.
I would totally want the prizes.
The reason we usually sort of play a record out of an outbreak, don't we?
Yeah.
Carl is so concerned with his little competition, he hasn't got a record ready.
Sure.
I got one.
Okay.
Sorry, Larry.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a quick recap? Quick recap?
Yeah,
I can't bother to even just say it. I'm not interested. I'm just not interested.
Yeah, go on,
Recap,
quick.
Still send your emails in. JT, it's some initials of a band, just in case you didn't hear it last week. If I said AK and an exploding pet, that would be Atomic Kitten.
Yeah.
Right?
They know what a clue is.
So, JT, at the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Yeah.
I
W,
love that at the moment is Justin. I love it. It's so creative, mind blowing, beautiful work.
Lad's got bad asthma. And C, I saw that mouse trap the other night. The heating wasn't working. It ruined the night. And, yeah. That's it. Ricky.Gervais at XFM.co.uk. Some stuff.
Stigmata. With Gabriel Byrne.
Richard Ashcroft. Check the meaning. Oh, I love that. That's brilliant. On XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington, who's our producer. A proper producer now.
Producer.
No, but he's getting it. But it's more like it now, isn't it? Before he was someone who pressed the buttons. Then he was someone who pressed the buttons who we just made talk like a performing monkey.
I hear he's going to be lured away by the Today programme on Radio 4. Because they've lost their news editor, I think.
Educating Ricky, quite topical.
Absolutely.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Well, so when you say topical,
What do you mean
this is topical. Well, this happened ages ago.
Yeah.
Your words, not mine.
Have they got a Ricky who works there?
We can look into that.
So this is the
Carl
big
set a
prizes they've got to be given
competition.
away, Rick. They've got to be given away.
This is Rockbuster.
We've got, obviously, the big prize Stigmata this week.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give the prize to Ira. I think it's Ira or Ira, but she or he emailed in the right answers and then said if you could enclose the receipt for Stigmata, that would be much appreciated.
That's amazing. You know what I would have written as like a little PS in the email? Can you guys sign it? I would love that. That'd be amazing. But wow.
But I'm amazed by the number of responses we've had.
And someone wants a copy of Tony Banks's solo album, which I was mucking around, so we better buy that in the week to give it away, because I think that would be an amazing prize to give away.
If you just give the clues
do
again.
the clues and then just give the answer.
I'll tell you
Come on.
what the answers are.
Right, well,
Honestly, as a radio show, doesn't it make more sense to give away like CDs, albums and stuff instead of movies? Random movies?
the one that everyone was struggling with was the first one.
Yeah.
I did not
Save that, so
struggle,
we'll go
sir.
to the second one. W,
Yeah,
that lad's got bad asthma.
yeah, we know that.
That was Weezer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good work,
I
well
didn't
done.
even know that was a
The
band.
last one, C, the clue was, I saw that mouse trap the other day. The heating was knackered in the restaurant.
Yeah,
In the restaurant.
In the theatre.
yeah,
And it ruined the night.
yeah. So it was a cold play, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's a cold
Yeah.
play.
Cute.
And JT, at the moment, I'm in
No,
a
I
river.
can't think of this one.
At the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Well, I have to say there were some wrong answers. What was it again?
It was Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake. We had some wrong answers that included Jethro Tull and James Taylor. I don't know how that relates to it at all.
I'm annoyed at Lake
Yeah.
when he clearly said river. I mean, that's the first thing that cropped up. Not I'm in some water full of logs at the moment.
I got it
yeah, I'm
anyway.
in some
You
water
guys
full of
are
logs.
just lame.
But he actually had to say river, so not lake. That annoys me. I mean, I didn't get it. Fair enough. I should have worked it out. I should have tried to think
lot of
like
people did
you.
get it.
A lot of people obviously think like you, which is which I'm, worried about. But yeah, James Taylor is great.
that's just someone-
James Taylor.
Just
yeah,
someone guessing.
yeah. James
So,
Taylor works.
Have we got a winner, Steve? He's just going to randomly pick one.
I did have a winner. I've just lost them.
Oh,
Needless to say, that lucky person.
I won't be watching Stigmata tonight. Just randomly. It's a draw,
random.
by the way. It's not the
It's
first.
just-
or
okay,
anything.
I'll just-
I said to Carl in the break, I said, "Is the first one in?" He went, "No, I don't want a competition that relies on speed because I don't want to be rushed."
Okay.
So randomly click on someone.
I'm just going to randomly click on one.
Go on.
They've not put an address.
Well, what we can do, we can email back and say, send us your address.
Well,
course you can.
I think if they haven't put an address.
Well, no. Let's read
Okay,
it
hang
out.
on. All right.
Yeah.
Chris Beaumont.
He's the
Lucky
winner.
Chris Beaumont as
Chris
one.
Beaumont will be
Silly
watching
Chris
Stigmata
Beaumont.
tonight with a club of Hagen-Dazs, if I'm not much mistaken.
So
He'll be loving it.
Well done to Chris.
Need his
Yeah.
address.
Right.
Then.
that's the end of that competition.
Right.
Can we play a record or something?
Well,
Or
we're on to another feature.
oh, what is this?
This one is...
Rick, were you not at the planning meeting?
What is this? Go on.
The story.
This is, that song's got a good story in it.
Oh, is this that? Oh, God.
So tell us the rules.
Right, the rule is that it's songs that we play on the show every week, and there's a lot of music out that they just keep saying the same
Oh,
thing
just
over and over.
what is it? What's
It's
the
a
song with the story this
with
week?
a good story.
What's the song with the story this week? Just say it.
It's
Hey,
Gene Pitney,
calm
24
down.
Hours from Tulsa.
Oh, I'm really sorry about this. If you're an XFM listener, we got to listen to this. Go on.
Well, do you know what it's about?
Yeah, isn't he trying to get back to his girlfriend?
Yeah, he's been working away.
Why is he so suddenly so testy?
Lives in Tulsa.
Is he like mad that he didn't get the Justin Timberlake? Because that's when his like mood kind of just flipped. Is he really that petty? Because he was having a fantastic time before. Wow. Damn, if that's it, that's lame. And I am on cloud 9 because I got it and he didn't. I even got it before the freaking clue.
He works quite far away,
Right.
and he's
Would
coming
this
back.
save us having to listen to the song?
Well, he's
What?
always good,
There's
and he's,
a
so
song.
he works quite far away,
Right.
and he's
Would
coming
this
back.
save us having to listen to the song?
Well, he's always good to sort of...
Hear
tell
the
us about-
story before you hear the story.
It's like you know...
Sure.
you
I
read-
like this before a film. Yeah,
No,
go on, go on.
you might read the book before you see the film, type thing.
Yeah,
So...
never in
I think that's a horrible comparison. I was thinking more like the back of a book where it kind of gives a wee summary of what the hell the book's about. I know that thing has like I can't think of the name. I think there's a better name than summary, but whatever. It's like that. The book and the film is kind of whatever. It works. Sure, Carl. I love you. It works.
my case.
He's working miles away. His missus is in Tulsa. He's driving back, and he can't wait.
He's
to
only
see
about
her.
24 hours
QR
away, as I
drop.
remember.
He's about 24 hours away, and he's a little bit tired on the way home. He's thinking, oh, I don't want to look a mess for when me missus sees me.
Cute.
So he says, right, I'll stay at a motel, get some energy and that, you know, for when I see her, have a
Nutrigrain
shave.
bar.
So he pulls over at a motel,
Yeah.
and he's locking his car up, getting his suitcase out the back. There's a woman in the car park. He's like, oh, she's all right. She looks at him, he thinks...
XFM 104.9.
I don't think the suitcase in the boot is mentioned in the song. I think that's maybe a 12-inch mix or something. I've not heard
Well,
that.
basically, right...
Oh,
so
no, I don't
story.
remember.
I'll play the record, for Christ's sake! Let them listen to it!
I don't remember him
Salty.
saying, cool, she looks alright in the record.
Yeah. Well done.
Poor Carl.
Yeah. 24 Hours from Tulsa, Gene Pitney, song with a story.
You are quite upset by the lyrics of that song, aren't you?
I just think it's a bit annoying that...
You chose it.
He loved this woman.
Yeah.
Everything's going fine. He's only 24 hours away from home. I don't know what sort of distance he's done. But he can't wait to get home. And all it took was some woman in the car park to sort of...
Give him the eye.
give it an eye. And all the like the good times he's had with his missus go out the window.
Shame on him.
And I don't know.
That's the dangers of falling in love with a prostitute. What I like about it, though, is the fact that he's writing this to his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's like, talking about rubbing it in.
Yeah.
I was kissing her and getting off with her. We were having a wild
Didn't
time.
take as
I
long
was
as
going
Carl did
mental on
explaining it, though. Yeah, yeah.
But did you hear the very end? Because
Yeah.
he's the loser, because he said, and he can never go home again.
Yeah.
So even though he's got this new girlfriend and that,
Yeah.
he can't see his old mates
He has
anymore.
falling in love with her.
Can't see his old mates anymore, he said. He can't see his old mates anymore.
Yeah.
I'll
It's a
tell you-
sobering lesson.
I'll
though,
tell you
'cause
a song-
next time you stop at the Granada services on the way back from, you know, Swansea,
I'll
be
tell you,
careful.
There was a song that's a bit like that by Jim Reeves, probably about the same time, a little bit before, right? It was just called, just 100 miles from Mary Ann, right? And, it was him and his horse going through the snow, and he was just
Right.
100
He
miles.
stopped at a Little Chef.
No, yeah, he fancied another donkey.
Yeah.
No, but it's really sad. It used to make me cry when I was little because he got there right, and he wouldn't leave old Ben, the horse, and he dies in the snow, and then so he dies in the snow.
He's gone again. He's gone again. Now, I get the same way, teary-eyed, with two little boys.
Yeah,
No, I don't like that.
why not?
It's just...
You think I'd leave you dying when there's room on this horse for two? Climb up here, Jack. We'll soon be flying back to the ranks so blue. It was just like when they were playing with the little horse's head when they were little. And he was a soldier, and he helped him, and he returned the favour in a war, which to me is a bigger favour than just letting him have a go on a hobby horse. But
Does that have
and
tiny
not just
wheels?
letting him have a
Huh. Okay.
go on a hobby horse, but a lot braver if you know. Yeah, last number one of the 60s as well. Christmas
Yeah.
1969.
There is a song that apparently Eminem came out with recently. ish. My brother told me about it, and I want to listen to it, and I haven't brought myself to listen to it because I just know it's gonna break my heart. But apparently it's a song he made for, Haley, his daughter, to listen to for when he's not around anymore. I think it's called like Temporary or something like that. It's just heartbreaking. Oh, I want to hear it, but I just know that's gonna devastate me. Damn. But someday. But yeah, it's amazing how a song can just bring you to tears. That's powerful stuff. There aren't many songs that can do that to me personally. I guess I'm kind of a tough cookie. Like, maybe not a song, maybe not a movie unless like an animal dies in the movie. If an animal dies in the movie, I'm just it's bad. But for some reason, like Pixar movies and stuff, the sad bits, those kill me. I don't know why. I always go back to what Chandler says in Bambi. Oh, you don't cry in Bambi. Oh, yeah, it was real sad when the animator stopped drawing the deer. Like, it's the stupidest thing. But it just gets me. It kills me. But one of these days, Alice, I'm going to listen to that Eminem song.
It's of course based on truth. That's a history lesson right there. It is based on fact. It's a famous person. I think it was
Cromwell.
Winston Churchill and Cromwell.
Yeah, it's Winston Churchill and Cromwell.
Cromwell and Winston Churchill.
Yeah, they were both lived ages ago, so they lived at the same time.
Yeah.
Literally ages ago, so they lived at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, that's it then.
Is it?
Yeah.
Were you listening to anything we were saying then, Carl? Did you understand any of that
Job
that
well
me and
done.
Steve were just chatting
Just
about
saying
then?
that Rolf Harris did a good song about someone who's got to carry on a horse.
Right, and what was about the stuff about Cromwell and Winston? What do you think that was about?
I missed that.
We're doing humour. We're doing a little bit of humour. It was a satire on you saying ages, not being specific. Do you like that stuff we do?
Yeah. That's it then.
Like just a cat looking out a window at a dead mouse or something. You can go, come here, and it's just looking at the mouse it could eat. You want to press the buttons and finish, don't you?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Play a record or?
No, that's it. It's ads and that's it.
Okay.
Oh, they didn't
Good,
even
right,
have
goodbye.
ads,
What a wonderful ending.
What?
Great. Good.
And that's it.
Okay. Good, right, goodbye.
What a wonderful ending.
What?
Good, right, goodbye.
What a wonderful ending. That was the way we went out with a bang.
That was awesome. God, it's specifically Carl, but these three guys, especially together, are so freaking entertaining. This is so good. It's so fun. I love the amount of work that he puts into it, and I'm so darn happy that I actually got the 3 clues. I thought I was never gonna get any of them, and I got all 3. Awesome. I don't think that'll happen again, but you know what? I'm gonna keep trying. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you, Rusty Doc. This is amazing. I am happy. I don't know. It's so fun. It's not just the fact that I get to like watch these and experience these, and not only that I get to experience them with actual images and stuff that help, clue me in a bit in context and stuff. It's the fact that I get to share it with you guys. It's like a community of Carl fans, and it's just so, I love it. It's so much fun. And then I get to read the comments and stuff and find out even more stuff, and it's just, it's awesome. It brings me such freaking joy, and I absolutely love that you guys enjoy these, and it makes me happy, man. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is over. XFM Friday completed another one. So, I need to find out when chronologically. I don't know why I said it like that. The Richey fight, the boxing fight goes. But I'll do it. I'll figure it out. Especially if you guys tell me in the comments. That'll help a lot. Anyway, beautiful humans, I am off. Thank you, and I'll see you very soon.